Hey guys, I'm here to tell you how to do the 3.6 story analysis worksheet to prepare for the mastery check. Um, the learning target for this lesson is students will be able to read and analyze a chosen short story in groups. Students will be able to present their story to the class. So you can work on this together. You can have one person do one part of it and another person do another part. I don't care how you work together as groups, but your goal is to complete the story analysis worksheet after you read the story. And then the second step is to plan the actual recording that you're going to do, which we're calling a mixer, a short story mixer. And so each person will take a role, either opener, biographer, storyteller, analyzer, or reviewer for that. But this is beforehand. This is step one. We're just looking at making sense of the story after reading it. All right, so let's talk about what you need to do. The first thing is to just include the title and the author. You chose one of these, so jot that down. The next is to include a short author biography. There's a couple places you can look. You can look in the actual story that's linked in Schoology. There's an author biography on each story. And then there's also interviews linked on the master page, the same spot where you found the link to the story. You can get an interview with the author. So those are super cool and fun to kind of hear the author talking and see what they look like and all that good stuff. As you are reading and watching those, you can look for where and when they're born, what they've written, awards they've received, what they're doing now, where they might be living, what they're working on. Anything like that would be appropriate. Here is a biography about Nnedi Okorafor. She was born in 1974. Her parents are from Nigeria, but she was born in Ohio, grew up in Illinois, and attended college in Michigan. She is a Nigerian-American writer of fantasy and science fiction for both children and adults. She wrote several novels as well as comics for Marvel, including Black Panther, Long Live the King, and Wakanda Forever. She lives in Phoenix, Arizona. So you're going to do the same kind of thing for your author. And you need to write a story summary. A summary is a retelling of the main events of a book. So include the main character, information about the setting, the time and place, and then those key events that happen in your book. Something from the beginning, the middle, and end. Here's an example on Spider the Artist. The story is a woman whose only joy is playing her guitar, which attracts a zombie, a robot that looks like a mechanical spider that protects the oil pipeline from humans. The woman names this kind version of a zombie Udide, who creates her own instrument and music that is so beautiful it makes everyone happy and allows the narrator to conceive a baby. After the narrator's husband discovers Udide and a breach in the pipeline, he goes to collect oil. While there, all of the spiders converge on the humans, but Udide protects the narrator from being incinerated with the rest of the humans, and she survives pregnant and worried how she will take care of her baby. All right, so a summary is quick and it talks about all of the main points of your story. All right, perspective is who is telling the story. Whose point of view is the story being told from? And so you're looking at the narrator. What do we know about the narrator? Do they have anything that limits their point of view, like the narrator of Charles? What do they see that others don't see? Maybe they have a wider perspective. And what's their attitude? How do they feel towards the subject matter? What is being described? That's tone. All right. In Spider the Artist, the narrator is the wife. She's actually given a name. We don't hear it very often, but it's M.A. And she's the one who plays the guitar, and she knows a different side of the spiders or the zombies, whatever you want to call them, than everyone else, because she actually befriends one who she names Udide. And she outlasts the other humans in the story. She outlives them. So that's her perspective. We know some different things because of seeing the story from her point of view. All right, theme is the larger idea or the idea that's sort of under the surface of a story that the story is about. And some key themes that I think that you can find in your story and that we did see in Spider the Artist are the following. Friendship. We see that MA befriends Udide, and it's that friendship that allows her to conceive a baby and actually saves her life by the end of the story. We also see technology, and you'll see this in your story as well, since it's an Afrofuturist, African futurist, or indigenous futurist story. And oftentimes when we see technology in these stories, there's a balance of good and bad. And so in the story Spider the Artist, we see some good aspects of technology, that Udide is able to help the narrator conceive a baby and find some joy in her life. But then also there's bad parts too, right? Because it's the spiders who incinerate everyone at the end. You'll also probably see the theme of resistance or standing up to or against someone. We see this in Spider the Artist when MA stands up against her husband and decides to have this friendship with Udide, and also the idea of standing up against the government and, trying to find fuel on your own without having, without going through the government and spending all the money on that. Okay, so see if you can find one of these themes, friendship, technology, resistance, and you can write a few sentences about it in your 2.6 step 1. All right, thanks.